To one other thing, Snerdley, I forget, did you watch this or not? Did you watch this last night or not? You did not. They had this woman up there, they always do, some hero sitting next to Michelle Maibel, the First Lady, or in this case, a series of people that are heroic for one. What was that you said? No, not the illegal woman. This is a woman who had a hard, tough life. And she just had to overcome all kinds of obstacles. And it was a testament to the American spirit. And she got an excrement sandwich in her life. Every which way she turned. In fact, if you read about how this woman overcame her economic struggles, you would have to conclude she employed 100% conservative human economic behavior. But that's not the point. The point is she was a plant. Rebecca Erler has been presented by the White House as a woman who was discovered by the president after she wrote to him last March about her economic hardships. She was showcased in the State of the Union speech as proof that middle-class Americans are coming forward to say that Obama's policies are working. This woman, whose story of economic recovery was showcased by Obama in last night's State of the Union show, is a former Democratic campaign staffer and has been used by Obama for political events in the past. It was a total fraudulent presentation. Unmentioned in the White House biography of Rebecca Erler is that she is a former Democrat campaign operative working as a field organizer for Senator Patty Murray in Washington. And it was not the first time the White House used Rebecca Erler as a political prop. Obama spent a day in the life of Rebecca Erler in June so that he could have an opportunity to communicate directly with the people he's working for every day. Now, she was presented last night as having dire economic circumstances, dire straits. And it was all her recovery and her ability to triumph was all due to Obama's middle-class policies. And, of course, I can imagine the media was cheering, and she stood up and accepted the accolades, and the American People Low Information crowd watching. Wow, what a great story. Oh, man, look. Oh, what Obama made possible. She was a plant. She's a former Democrat campaign staffer for Senator Patty Murray. She has been used as a plant prior to this night by Obama for the exact same purpose. She's not a real successor. She's bought and paid for by the Democrat Party. And she had a job last night. She was assigned to portray an average American citizen seated next to Michelle Maibel Obama during the State of the Union show. Why want to watch this garbage, folks? You know, why use a fake? Why not go out and find a real person? If your economic policies are so wonderful, and if everything you've done for the middle class, and if this economy roaring back is so legitimate, if it's so genuine, it should have been easy to find somebody who legitimately came back from genuine hardship. They should have been all over the place out there, right? America should be filled with these stories. The drive-by media should have been reporting these stories for what now, a year? Because Obama's economic policies have caused a massive economic recovery. And the middle class is coming roaring back because of Obama's middle class outreach and focus on the middle class, his focus on jobs, his focus on health care. Why, should have been easy to go out and find a real, live, breathing example of an American family which has once again found prosperity thanks to and because of Barack Obama. Why go out and use a fake? And a fake they did. They come up with a totally fake, probably manufacture half of the story. A former Democrat campaign staff. Do you realize, folks, do you realize what hallowed ground it is in the gallery next to the First Lady in the State of the Union? Do you remember how this all started? Who was the first president? It was Reinaldus Magnus. And the hero was a guy named Lenny something or other who jumped into the river to save people who were trying to escape an airplane. Air Florida Flight Palm 90 or something crashed in the river in the Potomac on takeoff from National Airport. And this guy, and it's snowing and it's winter, and this guy jumps in the river to try to get survivors, and Reagan brings him up and introduces him as a genuine hero. He's seated there next to Nancy Reagan. And from then, it has just built and built and built. But my point, that's hallowed ground up there. That if we're going to convert the State of the Union to an event where that is a looked forward to segment, then to me, it ought to be reserved for genuine heroes, real stories. Instead, what do we get? More fraud. We get Obama and the Democrat Party putting one of their own campaign workers in that section next to Michelle Obama, and then we're lied to. And we're told what a horrific story her life has been and the hardship she had to overcome. Well, if all that's true, it doesn't say much for Democrats and how much they pay their employees. If this woman's a legitimate, real breathing hardship case, as Obama portrayed it, well, in real life, she's a Democrat campaign staffer. They must not pay those people very much. They must not have many benefits for them. They must not have a whole lot of compassion for them. Because this woman was sitting out there with her family and her children, and she was biting the dust. She was eating the dirt. It was so bad because of the Bush economy, of course. It was so rotten out there. But finally, Obama was elected, and brand new middle-class policies were enacted. And this woman and her family rose from the ashes and became an American success story. It's all a lie. A Democrat campaign staffer. I don't care how you spin it. Even if you Rush, her story is real. She may have not have been presented, but her story is real. Okay, if her story is real, then what the hell are the Democrats doing paying their employees so little? What does it say about the Democrats that people that work for them are in such dire economic straits and hardship? But the real question, why not go out and find a real story? Why not go out and find a real American family who has, because they ought to be popping up all over the place out there. Why? Obama's policies have brought about economic utopia. Why? It's so wonderful out there that Obama's in an economic honeymoon, F. Chuck Todd says, with the American people who just soundly rejected Obama and the Democrat Party last November. And make no mistake, that election was about stopping Obama. And they dare tell us that Obama's basking now in a post-election honeymoon with the voters. Sorry, folks, not buying here. But I want somebody to tell me, why not go find a real success story instead of using some fraud former campaign staffer? I mean, the real success stories, because of Obama's policies being so magical, ought to be all over the place, right? I mean, these people should have been sending letters to Obama, telling them his story. It shouldn't have been hard to find a real example of this at all, right?